guys, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about whether or not the iPhone 6 Plus is worth it in 2017. But in the end, it's going to be your choice since people use phones for different reasons, so you have to see if this phone is going to work for you and the purpose that you want the phone. So yeah, I did do previous videos like this, like on the iPhone SE, the iPhone 5S, and also the iPhone 6s Plus. So you can go ahead and click on the I up top if you want to go check out those videos. They'll all be up there, as well as in the description box below, as well as some other recommended videos in the description box. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so this is the iPhone 6 Plus. This phone was released in September of 2014, so this means the phone is about 4 years old, so this is actually a lot in technology terms. The phone is identical to the iPhone 6s Plus. The only difference is the build quality on the 6s Plus is much higher, since the iPhone 6s had a problem with bending, so if it was like in a tight pocket it would bend easily, but they fixed that on the 6s's. But anyway, this phone has 3 color options. It comes in silver, gold, and also in space gray. They also have 3 storage options, which is 16GB, 64GB, and 128GB. Okay, so for the screen, it has a 5.5-inch LED backlit widescreen HD Retina display with 1920 by 1080 pixels. The camera is relatively good. It has an 8-megapixel camera with an f2.2 aperture, and it has optical image stabilization only on the Plus model. As for video recording, it can record up to 1080p video at 60 frames per second, and for the front-facing camera, it has a 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera with an f2.2 aperture, as well as 720p video recording. So for the back cameras, you can take relatively good videos and photos. So moving on, this phone has an A8 chip with an M8 coprocessor, as well as 1GB of RAM. So the phone isn't slow. It can be used for everyday tasks such as messaging, going through social medias, and just things like that that you usually just do every day. As for the battery life, it has okay battery life, so you can do everyday tasks such as messaging or just using it for everyday use. As for the headphone jack, it does have one, which I know a lot of people are worried about since the removal on the iPhone 7s. The iPhone also has Touch ID with the first generation, which is a bit slower than the second generation that is also on the iPhone 6s. One sad thing is that the phone does not have the feature of raise to wake, which is a feature that I find that I relatively use on my iPhone 7, and it also doesn't have 3D touch, which is also a convenient feature. The phone is compatible with iOS 11, as you can see here. It still works fine on iOS 11, only the battery life is a little bit decreased. So there you have all the technical specs about the iPhone 6 Plus. Okay, so those were all of my points about the iPhone 6 Plus. Now it's up to you, so you have to decide whether or not this phone is just to use every day, or if you want to do a little bit more on the phone, and if you're really going to use this phone like for the greatness of it and not just for having a phone. So if you want this phone for doing the basics, this phone is fine for that. If you don't really care about having a great phone, but you just want an iPhone that's kind of cheap, this one can work. But if you want an iPhone that's still really good, I would rather recommend going for the iPhone 6s or 6s Plus or the iPhone SE, and these are really cheap since all the new iPhones have come out, and you can get them for a really good price. If you buy them secondhand, especially secondhand, you can get a really good price for the iPhone 6s, 6s Plus, or the iPhone SE, which are all 3 really great phones. So I would rather recommend them compared to the iPhone 6 Plus, but also the 6 Plus can do the basics if you don't really care about any of those things. So yeah, but if you want to go check out the other features on the other iPhones that I just mentioned, like I said, they'll be in the description box below and on the eye up top, so you can go check it out if you want to look into maybe rather buying an iPhone SE or an iPhone 6s Plus. So yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, click down here and click on the subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. Go up here to see my other tech videos, and down here for my previous uploaded video, and go to the comments down below letting me know what you think of the iPhone 6 Plus. And I will see you guys in my next video. Be weird and be proud of it. Love you guys so much. Bye.